Hello. This is Tea Time with Rachel, and I kind of just want to go on a ramble and kind of just like put my thoughts out there because I feel like a lot has happened, and I just want to, I guess, like talk about, like in my previous video I was talking about attachment versus a connection, and then like karmic relationships, right? And so right now I'm kind of just in this like phase of my life where I'm like losing a lot of friends, and it sucks because I do get lonely, but at the same time I'm like finding myself again, and it's really great. And it's kind of hard because it's like I feel like I'm shedding off a lot of like my old self and just kind of letting it go, and really learning to like detach from a lot of like what I have grown up knowing or doing. And so now that I'm like entering like this new phase of my life, I'm just wanting to record it and put it up and then look back on it and realize like I am gonna change, and change is good. Like I'm always encouraging of change. I think everyone should always embrace change more than like be scared of it. And that's something that I also realized too with a lot of my like so-called friends back home, which I honestly am going off the grid with a lot of them. It's that with me it comes like I constantly, it's not that I want to push people's limits, but instead I push my own limits in where I want to feel comfortable, and in especially in my emotions, because that's something so vulnerable and so hard to like be open about. And I'm realizing that a lot of my friends back my friends back home, like they didn't have my best interest. They cared more about keeping the peace with them and the relationship I had, like with their relationship with my ex. So yeah, like instead of having my best interest, because I remember back in February when I was crying constantly on the phone with them, and they just all kept telling me to give him space, just keep giving him space. And I just get so angry thinking about it now, because it's like, give him the space, why don't you give him some accountability? I woke up from a nap a couple hours ago. I ate. I should be doing assignments, but I'm not. And yeah, I'm kind of glad I'm like taking the step forward and like finally like moving past all of this. It is hard, and so like I guess making these videos and then just like uploading them is just like fun for me. And I am getting more comfortable in front of a camera, so that's really nice. I'm also learning that we're all like these like spiritual little beings, like full of balls of energy, and we're just like in a meat suit or like this like vessel of a body. And so yeah, I don't know, it's fun doing what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, right? But yeah, if any of my friends, I need to stop, if any of the people back home see this and it resonates with you guys, then yeah, you guys are the problem. And I was the problem too. Like I had no self-respect and I had no self-worth for a really long time. And now I'm learning myself again, and I'm learning what I do deserve. And I really wished that people back then weren't so scared to change up the space for I guess like for me. Like I wish people had more of a, I guess, how do I say this? I guess I wish people were more understanding and wanting like my best interest, but I understand too, like everyone has their own like lives. Everyone's so busy focusing on their own lives that like why would you go out of your way to like make someone else's day or make them feel better by like taking actions and like doing something about it? But the thing is, so like I would do that. I think I would. No, I would. And I have done it before. Like keeping the peace to me is knowing that everyone in the end is accountable. They know what they're doing, and knowing that what they're doing could either like benefit or harm someone. And like there were times when I didn't, and those are the times when now I now know better to speak my truth, and stop keeping the peace of things just for the comfort of what yourself. I don't know, this is like the change that I am seeing in myself, and it's nice. Is it hard? Yes. Like I don't think any of this is easy, your self-love journey growth should not be easy. I don't think anyone who is going through this says it's easy. Like, learning to really like reprogram the way you think about yourself and like how you feel about yourself has been one of the hardest but most rewarding like things that I've done in a long time. And these past 8 months, because it's been since I think like March, since I, like blasted my ex, like fuck him, one, and really like changed up the way I like saw myself, because for the longest time I was very depressed. For the longest time, like, I didn't think I was enough, I wasn't worthy, but really like I am, and I am realizing I am beautiful inside and out. And so yeah, it's kind of nice when I look back on this, maybe from a year from now, a couple months from now, like, I'm gonna be a totally different person. And it's gonna be crazy because this new me cries a lot. I cry so much, but I'm embracing that I am emotional. And I can't believe that my ex made me think that being emotional was a like deficit. Like, there was a problem with me being too emotional, when really, like, I think it's more courageous for people to be more vulnerable and open than someone who runs away from their emotions or hides it. So yeah, I am embracing who I am and knowing that I am courageous and I am enough, and it's nice. But yeah, like, I cry a lot. I cry a lot because it's like hard shedding off like your old self and like everything that you've created, like all the good times and bad times of like what has happened in like your past, and letting go of like people that you really care about, and knowing that like they care about you too. And I'm not trying to negate like the fact that like all those like good memories and good times were for nothing, because they weren't. Like, I think they shaped me into who I am, and like they have given me so many life lessons out of it. So yeah, but I'm not gonna hold back anymore because I feel guilty or obligated to like stick with anyone. Like, I now know in myself that like if the connection's not there anymore, I just let it go. And if it comes back, it comes back. There are only a few connections that I want back. And for those, I'm just gonna trust in the universe and know that everything's gonna be alright. But yeah, anyways, thanks for coming to my tea time. Will I make more of this? Yes. Why? Because I have a lot of freaking thoughts in my head. Speaking about thoughts, they like just, a lot of my thoughts just like come randomly into my head, and then like somehow I'll go on like TikTok or I'll go on the internet, and then it'll pop up again, like reaffirming what I was thinking. So you know what? The synchronicities are very key points right now in my life. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. A lot of things have been happening, and I might start speaking on my like experiences. So whoever like comes across this video and stays this long, thank you. Whoever is interested, subscribe. And yeah, okay, good night.